Okay, we are in black. Standing by for intro. And dissolve to camera 1 with graphic and music.
It's the Mile High Horseman Show, and it starts right now. Julie Horseman,
Good evening, Mile High Horsemen, and welcome to the Mile High Horseman Postgame Show. I'm your host, Corbin. I got my co-host with me.
Turbo Days.
And what are we going to be talking about in tonight's show, Jared? Because we got a lot to talk about in this performance and this really shitty game tonight.
Well, we have a whole lot planned for this shitty game discussion, Adrian. We have the first half we're going to be talking about. The second half we're going to be talking about the players that came into this game and gave us, unfortunately, this loss. Some, bad performances. There was some all right performances as well that we could maybe bring in. We got a lot to discuss with this Manning versus Brady matchup that was supposed to be very epic. Over to you, Adrian.
Sorry. All right. What was I going to say? Shit. Hold on. No. Don't laugh. That's not funny. All right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to talk about this game. All right. Let's see. Let's come on. Let's do this. Come on. Let's do this. God damn it. All right. So, yeah, guys, that's, what was I going to say? God damn it, I lost it again, man.
We'll probably want to talk about the first half.
Oh, yeah.
First quarter.
Yeah, okay. So the Broncos start the game with the ball first, and if you guys know me, I don't like having the ball first. I like to have the ball in the second half. I like to see, the Broncos defense get out there and show us what we can do. But that didn't happen in this game. We got the ball first, and 3 and out after 3 and out after 3 and out. The offense was playing like shit, to be perfectly honest with you. There were some drives where we just didn't even fucking try. And that was just the first half. And, the Broncos were trying to get a little bit something before the end of the half, but ended up failing on 4th down. So,
yeah.
There
was a missed field goal from McManus, which we can get in discussion about. Matt Prater, being kicked out of the team for the Lions. And McManus coming in, and he's missed probably 3 field goals so far this season. I just don't feel confident with the kid. I don't feel excited about him. I know he's a rookie supposedly, but he's just not right, I think, for this team. I mean, I went to a high school football game, and one of the kickers scored. He had a 3-yard field goal himself. So
that's pretty long for high school. Yeah.
Yeah. What does that tell me? I mean, and he was actually, I think he was trying to attempt a 50-yarder, but that one was short. But whatever. He's a high schooler. But this field goal kicker. I'm sorry. I just don't feel it with him. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a bad move on my part, or his, the Broncos' part. But back to the game, we had lots of 3 and outs like you were talking about. There was one interception from Manning that was completely just went right to the guy. It was a missed route.
Somebody missed a route or whatever the fuck happened, but he was trying to throw it in the flat, and it was picked off, dude. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, right to him. So, and I actually, before, we should talk about, there is a curse in Foxborough. We absolutely suck there. We've sucked there for many years, and we just can't frickin' get that win. The best, what would be great is if we could get a win in Foxborough during a playoff game. That would make up for all the years of us sucking ass with, going to Foxborough. So, but the first half though, it was pretty much over by halftime, in my opinion. I knew I had a prediction that maybe Brady would be intercepted by one of our players. That ended up happening later on, but this game was over by halftime, and we were running the ball like I think too much when we needed to start throwing it. We were doing better on the throwing it and that sort of thing. But you could see the Pats; they were all about the run, throwing the ball like pretty early. Like they didn't care. I know it's their home and they're more comfortable in that setting, but the Broncos should have thrown it a little bit more. They weren't doing it with the run game. Ronnie Hillman did all right catching some balls, but like going up the middle, it was just not there for him, personally.
Pretty much that sums it up. I mean, like, our offensive performance in the first half was just pretty shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the defense. This reminded me, we went to that 49ers game, and I feel like we were the 49ers. We were being pushed around like that game that the 49ers when the way we were taking down the 49ers defense. Our defense, our pass defense did very poorly tonight, and this is the first time I've actually have to put the blame on them too. Hey, special teams defense, they did the worst job tonight that I've seen this year too. They gave up the Julian Edelman run back for a touchdown, which that pretty much to me sealed the deal for them. When it comes to they broke their lead up. They had a bigger lead thanks to that, and so there was. I mean, special teams needs to definitely be worked on, as well as the pass defense. They were giving up big gaping holes, or holes and lots of room to grab the catches and all that sort of stuff. So they got to improve. Jackie Del Rio should be on their case tonight, and as well as John Fax. I don't think we could discuss the play calling also, Adrian. What did you think of the play calling?
Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, I am getting sick and fucking tired of the conservative play calling. This is what happens when you play conservative. I mean, games like this happen. I mean, you run the ball when you don't need to. I mean, you should be throwing the fucking ball, putting the ball in the air. I mean, you got Peyton fucking Manning as your quarterback, and you got Emmanuel Sanders as your fucking, like, one of your best receivers, and Julius Thomas as your best fucking tight end, and you got Demaryius Thomas as one of your best receivers. You got Wes Welker in the slot. I mean, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, exactly. I just talked with one of my friends about this. I think they made a bad move, John Elway, to sign John Fox already to an extension to be head coach for like another 3 or 4 years. I think it should have been done after this season. Personally, if there was any way of changing it, that's what I would have done. Because personally, I think he's average or just a slightly above average. And that's not saying too much. I think his play calling, if it is him, I did say it was Mike McCoy during the Ravens playoff game that cost us that game, which I still hold to that. But I do think I think John Fox is a defensive-minded head coach, and he needs to start passing the damn ball. And we need to have more offensive, being more of an offensive threat with how many great players we have, like you stated just now. So I personally think John Fox should have held off on his contract. So, but this game was pretty much out of reach for us by halftime, and I thought Brandon LaFell, the wide receiver for the Patriots, he was going to be a big factor for him. See if we could contain him. I thought our defense was going to show up, and I was completely wrong. I thought, hey, Adrian, our defense is gonna. It's better than last year's pass defense, so it should be able to step up and take on the Patriots even in Foxborough. But no, it seems like last year's team that got lit up for the most yards, passing, and it was an embarrassment last year for us. The rushing game was the stop and the run was just fine. Don't get me wrong, but you got to stop the pass as well, and that's where we got lit up from Brandon LaFell. Rob Gronkowski had a heyday. Freaking Julian Edelman had a heyday with us. It got embarrassing, and the second half it was garbage time pretty much in my opinion. And what did you think about second half? Did you watch the second half?
Well, I watched the whole game. I would never turn off a Bronco game, no matter what the score is. I mean, I watched the whole game of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But but I watched the second half, and again, I mean, the Broncos they started off the half pretty good. They got that interception, and then they got the touchdown.
Touchdown from Julius Thomas. Julius
Yes.
Thomas Riders
Yes, it
got the
looked
ball.
like, the Broncos, I was thinking, yeah, that's how you start a first half. I mean, the second half after
Yeah.
you've been down, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
then, same old shit. Missed tackles, fucking drop passes, stupid penalties, wasted opportunities, completely disgusting effort. I mean, it's bullshit, dude. This game
There
fucking.
was a lot. Yeah, I noticed in the second half there was a lot of penalties. In the first half as well, there was tons of penalties. It seemed like. Did the Patriots have a lot of penalties, Adrian, or was it? It was mainly us.
It was mainly us. I mean, I'd seen a couple of penalties on the Patriots, a couple of holding, and a couple of minor penalties, but nothing big.
Yeah, there. I mean, a lot of undisciplined.
Oh, and let me mention one last thing, too. There was a play where I forgot, I think it was Julius Thomas. He was going to get the touchdown, but he was getting grabbed by his fucking arm, and it was clearly pass interference, and they didn't call it.
Yeah. I know there was one from, I think, Demarius Thomas, and luckily they called pass interference on him, but it took a while for them to throw the flag. They messed the. I don't blame refs too much, but there was a few calls that were a little bit missed. They weren't so correct or whatever. One guy was calling a touchdown for Ronnie Hillman, and the other guy was like, "Oh nope, he's at the 1 yard line." So make up your damn man. Be a little bit more decisive if you're a fucking referee and you're making like $200,000, or I know you guys are in part of the union, so you're making some sort of boatload of cash. So don't even go there. You fought for your benefits and all that. So, anyways, just do your job right, referees. Besides that, the referees couldn't change the outcome of this game. We sucked so much ass that the referees didn't really wouldn't have decided anything. So, second half, we had the screen on the Broncos game, but I was more excited about the NASCAR race that was going on. Jeff Gordon was first place. There was 4 laps left. They get a caution, so they have to do a green-white checker finish. Well, what happens is Brad Kozlowski comes up on Gordon and hits him and gets his tire, and it sends Jeff Gordon his wheel, like he crashes pretty much, hits the wall or something like that, and man, he gets pissed off. You'll see it on ESPN or Sports Center. Just check out ESPN.com. You'll see it. Frickin' gets out of his car. I knew it was going to be bad. And got his pit crew, frickin' Brad Kozlowski, and they fought each other. That was more exciting than the Broncos' second half. Like, it was garbage time after the second half was over. And I gotta say, I actually enjoyed the NASCAR race more than I did the Broncos game, and that's almost sad in a sense. It shouldn't be like that. So, if you guys want to, I was watching the Broncos game on the side, but it was there was more exciting things to watch on television. After seeing this outcome of this game with the Broncos, so that's me. That's just my opinion on it. So.
Okay, what's your next topic going to be?
Well, we had Prater. What'd you think of us releasing Prater?
I thought. Oh
already?
No, I thought we talked about that already, didn't we?
Yeah, right. Yeah. We got the. I'm not sure. Like we could. Let's see here. There's not much more to talk about. Oh yeah. Oh maybe. Okay, hold on. We'll talk about home field advantage in the playoffs maybe, and how that's not a.
We'll talk about that.
All right. All right, Adrian, how do you feel about us having home field advantage going into the playoffs if we can get past the Patriots in that discussion?
Let's try that again. Yeah, that was a little.
Okay.
Good.
Adrian, how do you feel about the Broncos in having home field advantage in the playoffs if we get that chance?
I mean, we've had home field advantage the past few years. We've had Peyton Manning, and what has been the outcome? Nothing. I mean, it's been bad. So I mean, what I could tell you guys is okay. Let me try that again. I fucked up. All right.
Okay.
I mean, let's take a look back at 2012 and 2013. We had home field advantage in both of those seasons. 2012, we lose to the Ravens in the divisional round in a heartbreaker, and last year we get our asses kicked in the Super Bowl, and those were both home field advantage. And in 1997, when the Broncos won their first Super Bowl, we didn't have home field advantage. We were playing on the road. We played in the AFC Championship out at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, home field advantage is not a concern to me whatsoever this year.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, personally, you're right. Last year when we played San Diego, it was a very close frickin' match. You know, if we had to go to San Diego, so frickin' be it. I don't really care. I think we would have beat them then. You know, and then with the Patriots coming into the Denver, that would have maybe helped a little bit. But you know what? Like I said, I would love to see us go to Foxborough for the playoffs one time and see if we can beat them and knock them out at Foxborough. Even though I don't want to go there, and a lot of other people don't want to go there, if we have to go there, I want to. That would make amends for all the times that we lost there. It's kind of like last year with San Diego, how I wanted to, for all the times they beat us in like 2005 or 2006 or whatever, the long time, you know, with LT and Phillip Rivers, how they used to beat the shit out of us, or they would, you know, we'd have that decisive game where we have to win and we lose it to them in a tiebreaker, like 52-21 or whatever. You know, it was great to get that victory against San Diego last year. So, but anyways, home field advantage to me. We've already had the 2 past years. I don't see what's so freaking fantastic about it. So I think it's about time we start going to other places. So you can
hold on.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, my brother trying to fucking, I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Okay.
All right.
Did we get that?
I don't know.
Okay. I think.
Anyway, well, yeah, like I said.
I think I got most of it. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw that in there. All right. So to wrap it up, what would you give this grade of the? Okay, let me try it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try it. Yeah, it's gonna be an F for me anyway. Let me try it again. So final grade for this game for the Broncos. They're based on their performance this week.
I would give them probably D- if they're lucky to an F. And I think I'm being generous with a D-. So.
For me, the defense, flat out F. They played like shit tonight.
Yeah.
But with the offense, I don't know. I mean, I can't really say anything. I'll say a solid D. But I mean, other than that, they played pretty bad themselves. The whole team played like shit. I mean, overall, for the whole team, I'd give them a D- if that was fucking possible. Because I'm not gonna say it was a complete F, but it was not. It's definitely not their best game in the slightest.
Yeah,
but,
they better improve, and they better learn from this mistake or this loss, what went wrong, and how they can prevent it for next time.
So yeah, guys, it's going to wrap up this episode. So join us next week after the Broncos take on the Raiders at Oakland. We'll be here to talk about what our thoughts are on the game, the post game, and the Broncos' performance, kind of like what we did tonight. So yeah, guys, it's going to wrap up this video, or it's going to wrap up this episode. Yeah. So yeah, guys, it's going to wrap up this episode. Mile high salute. Go Broncos. Mile high horsemen. We ride together. We die together.
We never give up.
We never give up, baby. Good night, everybody.
Later.